Hi, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been several days, but I've had some transitioning happening. I've had a cousin of mine move here, and she's living with me, and so I'm getting adjusted to her energy. And my divine team is telling me that she's here for my preparations, which I'll talk about in another video. But welcome back, and for those of you that are newly subscribed, welcome. For those of you that have subscribed, thank you, and welcome back as well. And for those of you that have reached out to me for sessions, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. The donations, I appreciate, and I really hope that the messages have been helpful. So I'm going to get right to it. I'm not going to waste a lot of time because I actually have to do 2 videos. And these messages have come through just in the past 2 days from my divine team and from God. And Archangel Michael has been around heavy right now with the divine masculines especially, but just with both of us, feminines and masculines energy. But so I'm going to get started with the picture. For the most part, they're saying there are a lot of divine feminine that are starting to get the picture now of like reality check. I'm hearing, not being fulfilled, and they're starting to look more inward and look at their own self-worth. And there's still a number of you that are giving that energy of. Now, if you look at the picture, to me, what I was saying, and they were saying desperation is what I'm hearing. She looks so eager to like please him or just be in his presence, and he looks dazed, almost kind of like, okay, I'll eat it, but then can I get out of here? That kind of look. So what they're saying is that there are a few of you that are still giving that energy to your twin, and you're still having difficulties with fully surrendering. I think some of you have started to and have had your moments, but then something triggers you, whether it's something on social media or a phone call, a text, brief interaction, and then you kind of fuel yourself back again where you start back up. I'm hearing that they're saying some of you all have friends that know your divine masculines, or something through your friends, or other people that may know them. Work, maybe work associated, friends, things of that nature. So, they're still pushing you all to go within and look at your own self-worth, look at your own self-love, not giving so much eagerness towards and energy towards the divine masculine, even if it's not outright, which means that, if you're still reaching out to several different readers and still trying to get insight in several different ways, they're showing me somebody praying or talking to them. So that, I don't know if some of you all have fell back on that part of things and are looking more towards people that are light workers, which is nothing wrong with that. But, I think it's healthy to develop an intimate relationship with God and your divine team on a personal level, in whichever way that you want to do that. And some of you all meditate, pray, write. I just outright talk. Like I'm having a conversation with you all, with anyone, I do it outright. Usually it's in private, so I don't just walk around and do it. I don't think people would take too well to that, or would understand it, I should say. But that's private for me, and that's my way of doing it. So do more of those things, because love is not desperation. And she looks desperate. She looks, that sense of wanting to hold on. Or also, don't be so hard on yourselves too, because I feel like sometimes you all realize that you've done that, and then you're like, oh gosh, what am I doing? I shouldn't have been so whatever. And then your twin falls back or pulls away, and then you feel guilty, and then there's that cycle again of that push pull, which it is part of it energetically. But if you just keep going within and working on yourself, that will get easy. You'll notice the shift where there's going to be a difference in how you and your twin connect. You're going to notice a change, and they're saying that's showing growth towards union. So like I was saying before, love is not desperation, it's more desire. And to me, when you look at this picture, I can't even say she desires him. It just looks more desperate to me, and he looks more like putting on a front, kind of, oh, okay. And then as soon as he gets that grape, he might like slide out of the chair or something and out of the door. So there's a little humor in that. You gotta lighten up in the journey, because it can be quite heavy to deal with all this energetically. So that's that message for you all, the divine feminine that are still kind of doing that. Just go within and start just focusing more on yourself, more what makes you happy, doing more of those things, and let them handle and help you with and assist with the other things with the divine masculine. I was offering suggestions to many of my clients about writing letters, and some of you all have started or have done that, and for me it's almost like an immediate purge, or I have to stop writing in between, and I purge or cry or whatever. But it does work, you guys. Like, I feel lighter every time I do it. So that stuff helps. It really does. Just try it. If you feel silly doing the writing, then just have a conversation with God about it. I'm really careful about who I talk to with my journey, because I have to bring up the dark, because it is a factor. They use other people. They're watching in their way, and not only that, some people are just dealing with their own issues and their own soul journeys, and they can deflect that on you and incorporate their experience and kind of give you advice along those lines. And if you're a twin flame, it may, unless they are a twin, it's going to be hard to have an understanding for the advice that they give you. So, another message that they want me to give, and this may seem a little trippy to you all, and I'll explain why. So they're showing me in the 5D, because if you're a twin flame, you're already in union in 5D. Many of you have had dreams with your twins, communicating with them, hanging out, doing different things of love. And they're also showing me the table again. Remember, I did a video about the round table and them doing things to kind of help us stay on track. Keep in mind, like I said, we're in our physical bodies, but we also can astrally travel when we're sleeping. So they're showing me how they're saying, when you all are up here or reviewing things over your contracts, this is the stay with me. I'm trying to express it in a way that it's gonna make sense. I understand what they're saying to me, but I want you guys to get it. Okay, for instance, let's say in the 3D, you all are still experiencing where your twins either ignoring you, or you have a brief conversation and you don't hear from them, or they say they'll call you back and they don't, or I don't know, just things that kind of trigger you, and just you still kind of asking yourself why, or they're with their karmics and kind of in between the karmic and contacting you and back and forth. They're showing me how in the 5D that you all are talking with your twin. You and your twin are talking about what needs to be done. Like, you know it needs to be done on the 5D. And it's like your twin is like saying, well, I'm going to still do this because you still need to heal this. So I'm going to trigger you in this way. And you're saying, okay, well, you know, I'll go within and I'll do this. But see, you still have free will. So in the 5D, your contract, and you know, you may have those connections and conversations, but when you come into 3D, you know, you kind of lose your connection and you get a little turned around. And it's not that your twin is being outright mean or not wanting to give in or not wanting to heal himself. If you look at it in that perspective, you have to do your part to lead the way with them also with their healing. And it's almost like they're kind of purposely doing things that they know that they need to do to get you to do your end of things so they can move forward in the steps they need to take, and then you guys can come together. I know that's weird. That's the best way I can put it. Hopefully, if anybody has any other suggestion of how that can come across, then feel free to comment and share, comment below, and maybe we all can help decipher that one. But I know exactly what they're saying. So just don't lose that 5D connection. Don't lose that with God, of course, with your divine team, with angels, and with your twin. And, ask for help with anchoring what was agreed upon in the 5D to the 3D, and ask for guidance on what steps you have to take in your actions, and just continue to do that. So I hope that was helpful for those divine feminine. Like I said, don't be so hard on yourself. You're getting there, you're doing the work, and you should be proud of yourself. The second part of this message is for the divine masculines, those that are listening. The message they want me to give is the karmics. So there's a dual message with this picture. They're saying that the divine masculine energy, you all are still coming through some realization. Some of you have experienced some stuff with your karmics that you're kind of like, oh gosh, like, what am I doing? The karmics are kind of all in. Some of them are using their children as a way to keep you guys anchored. Money, business. I think they're telling me the grape symbolizes all those things. And even though your mouth is like cracked open, he doesn't look like he's enjoying that. So you're kind of going, I'm hearing obligations. You're just kind of still trying to figure out what to do. But they're telling me that the divine masculine is changing, because at one point his mouth was wide open when he was eating, and now he's kind of got it closed and he's looking like that same feeling with the other message I gave on the other end of the first message. That feeling of, okay, this is not really what I want, but let me just put up this front fake smile, kind of like I'm enjoying this, but I'm really not. He almost looks like he's comatose to me. Like I was telling them, he looks like he's really not there, like he's fake, like a mannequin or something. So divine masculines are still transforming, and we're still awakening from, like, realizing their situations. So like I was saying in another message, for the divine feminine, you want to give them space to be in their mess, so to speak. Let them be in what they're in and face it. Archangel Michael's around, because I'm feeling a little heavier, because he's very strong. They have to face that. Don't disempower their experience. You know, this is their moment where they have to rise up. They have to rise up. And some of the divine masculine, some of you all are doing that or starting to do that. Some of you all are starting to pay attention now to the signs and pressure that the universe is giving you and that your own divine team is giving you. So for those of you that are doing that, that's a good thing. You're on the right track, and some of you all are starting to get there as well. And, you know, there are a few that are still in their free will and they're backing away, or they're still staying in that karmic loop. A lot of divine masculine are dealing with past life karmics or things from their past lives that same person in the soul group came back in this incarnation. So some choices have to be made. I'm hearing choices. Because some divine feminine, now I'm flipping back a little bit, but they want me to mention some divine feminine have been given other options, soulmates, kindred spirits, whatever. And so at the end of the day, you really have to look within and follow your heart. Love prevails in the end. Unconditional love that twins have, it really, at the end of the day, cannot be touched. But the free will and the 3D are the factors that can kind of shift things and delay things. And, you know, you just have to stay the course and keep going. Just keep going, you know. To be alive and awakened and on a spiritual path, like I've said before, it's a blessing. So just keep going. That's all the messages I have for this video. And feel free to reach out to me, TF Wing Wisdom, if you would like a session. I do on donation basis. I do not judge on the amount that's donated. If you would like to have a session with me, right now the turnaround is about 4 or 5 days. Just with the holidays, I am going to kind of be laying low until after the new year because of my own journey and where I'm at. So like I said, TF Wing Wisdom at AOL.com. I hope you all have an awesome day. Take care. Lots of blessings.